Hey everybody, it's Alleged Actually. And we are here on Thursday, just like we promised. Today is a special day because on our YouTube podcast, I have my lovely co-host right here with me, Miss Bria. Bria, say hi to the fans.
Hey
Our
everybody.
actualizers.
Yeah, welcome actualizers. Welcome.
Yes.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Glad to have you finally on camera.
Yes.
So today we are going to have the pleasure of recapping Married at First Sight. I don't know. Hopefully you guys watched. If not, spoiler alert, because we're going to really dive in. So,
Uh,
um, but it was a really good episode last night, and so far it's shaping up to be a very good season. Bria, thoughts?
Definitely going to be a great season. Way better than last season. We all know how much of a snooze fest that was. I'm just saying. But this is shaping up to be really, really entertaining.
It
And
is.
so I'm ready to dive in.
All right. So the way we're gonna do this, just for you guys to know out there, we're just gonna go by a couple, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the actual episode, and then just talk about what we feel like maybe their future is, where we're at with where they're at, and kind of dive deep in some things we kind of noticed last night. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna kick it off with Becca and Austin.
Yes. Now you can start off. Do you have any? Honestly, I don't want to because it's essentially about finding, your perfect, like relying on the experts to find your perfect match. And that's what we want. We want these people to be happy, be in love, and all of that. But there's not much um I don't know, drama, I guess, around them quite yet. Um, Everything's great. They seem to be getting along well. Everything they've been able to work through. I will say, remember, I brought up how they want to build a good foundation before they get into the negativity of it all and
Absolutely.
the things that they have to work through, which I think is brilliant, but could also be like catastrophic if it's something that they're both rigid on. Like I know that he does want to have kids, and it's going to be a little like she hasn't been completely forthcoming with that information. She hasn't said that she can't have kids, but it's it's going to be a struggle for sure, is what I gather from that first interview that she had,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Yeah.
It absolutely does. And I agree with you, Bria. From my perspective, I like Becca and Austin because to me, they embody what Married at First Sight is about.
Absolutely.
So, right. So you have two people that they were put together that at first glance you would think that, oh God, these two people probably wouldn't give each other, a
Right.
second glance. But the fact that they're both committed to the process and
Yeah.
committed to the institution of marriage, that they're taking it serious, I appreciate.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, compromise, working through like these issues that you come across, because they've had like small little disagreements that, right. You know what I'm saying? They're not,
There's
but
nothing major yet
they're
for us to
also
unpack,
right.
except, and we'll get there. Okay.
Right.
Um. So before we just couple it up, let's talk about the episode is actually move-in day. So anyone that is a fan of Married at First Sight, there's your pre-planning, the bachelorette, bachelor parties, there's the wedding day, then there's the honeymoon, and then you go to the episode where it's moving day. this episode that we're recapping is move-in day. Okay, and that means different things clearly for each couple. So for Becca and Austin, they settle in. And by the way, this cast is located in Denver, Colorado. Just for those that I'm catching up that may want to tune in after this recap, and those that watch, that's just recapping what it's all about. So it's move-in day. Becca and Austin settle into their apartment. They seem, like Bria said, very at ease with each other, very willing to work through things, very communicative. She's been transparent. Like Bria said, we don't fully know what's going on, but she's been transparent to him that she does have some issues, some health issues that may make getting pregnant more difficult, but not
impossible.
Not impossible.
More difficult.
Correct.
And I don't
yeah.
Sorry.
No. So for them, they settle in, and they pretty much have a compromise about pretty much everything. I mean, I didn't notice with them, anything. Yeah, I mean, they even do the whole thing about like discussing chores, like, how do we like, just basically like settling into what life will be like as a married couple, up front, so that expectations aren't met, that needs are heard. So I have high hopes for Becca and Austin.
Me too.
There is, so I'll ask you, Bria. So do we want to like dive in to each couple from the beginning to our concerns, or do we want to wait for concerns at the end?
I just want to go, let's go through the couples and just,
we'll recap and then we'll come back with what our concerns are. What we do on this podcast is we do something called My Beliefs. And when we get done with the segment, we always go back and forth and we say, my beliefs are, because Bria and I, though we share, agreements on some things, we certainly disagree on some. So for the listeners out there, we like to share our beliefs, and we would love for you to comment and agree, disagree, give us feedback on what you would like us to discuss further, or, all of that. So, all right. So for Becca and Austin, we're going to put a pin there and say that they started off good. They moved in, they're there together, they're solid, and they're going to give it a good old college try, right?
Yes. All right. I have a lot of faith in them.
Absolutely. Moving on to Claire and Cameron. Okay.
Okay.
So Claire and Cameron also, let's talk about that couple a little bit. So initially I was very concerned about them. They did not seem well matched, in my opinion. I did not believe that Claire would be attracted to Cameron, and Cameron seemed to have some quirks.
Yes.
However, over to you, Bria.
Yeah, I'm still trying to kind of figure them out. Claire she's been through a lot. Mental health is huge for her because she is a therapist. Right. And so I kind of, just because she knows psychology and how to word things, I don't want to say she's fake. I don't think she's fake. I just think that right now, I think she's still trying to figure out why they're matched. And she's trying to be sweet, politically correct, all of that, and take, everybody's mental health into consideration. I don't know. I think that she's still kind of skeptical, hesitant about it. He seems like he's more all in. And I don't, I think it could get there,
Yeah.
but right now, you know what I'm saying? It seems like everybody is, I don't know, they remind me of almost almost like family members that haven't seen each other in a while and are or maybe are meeting just for the first time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like distant cousins, like at a
Yeah.
family reunion almost. It's very awkward.
It's like giving, I want to love you, but I'm not sure
But I
why.
don't, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure if I can.
Right. Let me give it a
You know
shot.
what I'm
I don't know if
saying?
we're gonna get there. Agreed.
Right.
Agreed. I will
Now
say that
he's the opposite. I think that he can. I think that he's very open. I think he's very attracted to her, all of that. But it's her who has the hang up.
it is her. And they had the hang up was that she has never lived with anyone. He's had
Mhm.
roommates. And he's
He's
actually
with
lived with
the
a
whole
partner.
family,
He actually lived with a partner before, right?
with her family, actually.
Correct.
Yes. So
And yeah,
this
so
is like
like
a walk in the park for him. This is
pretty
cake.
much, right? Because he even said
Yeah.
about sharing kitchen space. I mean, this is his girlfriend and his girlfriend's family. So this is not new to him. She's truly,
Right.
for her, it's very new. And we both
Yes.
know, like, relationships are always about compromise at any rate. And
Mhm.
then when you try to cohabitate, my lord.
Well, I'm gonna tell you because I've never lived with a significant other, but we know that, I lived with my brother who shared who moved his significant other in, and that lasted for all of what, 4 months?
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
It's like, honestly,
so and
it's not
honestly that taught me though that
right.
that can change a lot because honestly, after she moved in and then they separated, she was done. And I never would have thought that she would be as done with him as she was. And
Right.
so it's eye-opening because that's a whole new level of intimacy that, if you don't know a person that well, is like a shock. And even when you do, it's still a shock because I mean, that's like you're there with them every single day now. It's not
Oh,
just
it's the
talking on the phone. It's not
yeah.
just, a vacation in,
No.
a cool looking,
Right.
a relaxing place. This is real
Mhm.
life.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
work. I come home if I'm stressed out. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like
there.
you gotta see that. You're right. You're right there. I can't take a
It
like
is
you're there.
definitely a new level of relationships, and it's something that shouldn't be done unless two people are ready and committed because it sheds
Absolutely.
light. Right. And so with the two of them, um, there's definitely what I've seen a very they're both very willing to try.
For sure.
Which
For sure.
is good. I mean,
I think she's a good sport. And honestly,
I know she is.
yeah,
In
I
a
think
sense, I have some critiques on her, but I will save that for later.
mm,
Mhm.
I no, okay, so because I think that, but I feel like this every season where they just get it wrong. And like, okay, so this couple, if you take the man and woman from this one and like swap them out with this couple, it could work.
Agreed.
And we haven't got to the couple that I feel like they should swap out with
No.
yet.
No.
But yeah, I feel like because I'm no guru expert, anything like that, but I feel like if they would swap them out with, I feel like the next couple we're going to talk about, like just swapping the partners, I feel like it could be a better fit.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There,
I'm
man.
just
We're gonna get
saying.
there.
I'm
We're
just
gonna
saying.
get
Now
there.
they got it right with Becca and Austin. They did,
I wouldn't
but
believe that.
I feel like if we could just switch one couple
Mhm.
around, I feel like it would be a little better.
We'll see.
Well, but back to you.
With that being said, then we will move right along to Emily and good old Brennan. Ciao.
Oh goodness.
So, for those that didn't watch, spoiler alert. For those that
Yes.
watched, let's talk. All right, they get back from the honeymoon, and Emily and Brennan move into their apartment. Mr. Brennan
Hmm.
happily tells Miss Emily that, hey, I might like lay here for, the night, get up early, apparently they both have situations where they can work from home.
Hmm.
And he states that he would get up, maybe have some coffee, kind of like wait till traffic dies down, and he's just totally bolting to his place. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's not even like his intention to like be up in there with her. No, ma'am. No, sir. Mm-mm.
I
First
might take
flashback.
a call. I might not, depending on the traffic, honey.
Child,
Good.
it was mad clear to me that he was not trying to cohabitate at that moment. Mm-mm.
That time.
No. And what is concerning to me about Emily and Brennan is Emily has this young, light, fun personality, and it seemed to work in Cancun, but what we didn't see, and this will kind of come back when we're supposed to come back to the couples and give our concerns. So I'm going to put a pin there, but just know that there were some red flags in Cancun that has brought us here. There were. And I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
if you guys were paying attention. I am a people watcher, so I pick up on things just like my review last week. Child, when we get to Lauren and Orion,
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
was right. Mm-hmm. Mm. Anywho, so that's what they decide. You can clearly see in Emily's face, she is totally not here for it, but at this
Right.
point, she really wants it to work, and so
Yeah.
she's like,
She's also a really good sport.
she's
For
extremely sport. Mhm. And so she rolls with it. Okay. And so, um, the last couple, I'm just gonna say for last because the the episode goes deeper into the couples going to each other's homes and picking the things that they want to bring to their home together and visiting each other's space and kind of getting to know each other through how they live and blah blah blah. So I will be saving Miss Lauren and Mr. Orion for last for a reason. Hmm.
for sure. For sure.
Okay, so we're gonna double back. So we kicked it off with Becca and Austin. They visit Austin's place. They check out, he actually has a house. He has an older house. It's got a lot of character, got a lot of
Mhm.
space. Um, the kicker with this is that you have to realize that once this particular process is over and they decide whether they want to stay married or not, a home situation is very important. So
Mhm.
checking out each other's home is not just to be nosy per se, but it is kind of like a try on, like, could I see myself here? Could we stay here, or do we have to find our place together? Right? Kind of that's where we're going with it, right?
Mhm.
Becca loved the fact that he had an older house with some character, it had a good space. Um, True to form, because they seem to be completely well matched. She was totally digging it. Um, Maybe even seeing herself there. They did have and let me just say the cutest thing was when they were at his hat collection. And she was like, I like this hat. She puts on the cowboy hat. And he's like, oh, you can have it. They really are they're giving cute.
Yes.
Mhm,
Yes.
they
Now
are.
this it is. It like I said, it's essentially what Married at First Sight was founded on and what it's all about.
Hmm.
And so I think they're the true embodiment of that. And I enjoy watching them. I do.
I really do. It's
Uh,
like on their segments, I'm smiling. Yeah.
yeah. Um, Now she did bring up to him that she would rather him move in with her.
Sure did.
Now I don't.
He has a roommate, and that's why.
Yes,
She does not.
right.
He tried to play her crazy too with the, well, why don't we just, once this is over, we don't live far. We'll stay in our places till our leases are up. And then she was like, no,
Mhm.
sir. No, sir. That's not what we're not going to do. I'm my own place. So what you're going to do is come stay with me.
I'm here, right? Mhm.
Okay. He did not object.
He
Those
didn't.
been
He
getting
didn't.
them
But that was
eyeballs.
yes, because you know.
And do.
I am also a people watcher, and I look at body language. I look at shifty eyes, all of that.
Every day.
Yes. Now I think that he likes her, but there is something in his eyes that I don't trust, Mom. I don't trust it. I think that I don't know. I just have a bad feeling for when like she truly like
You
divulges.
invested.
Yes. And I hope not. God knows I hope not. But something about him just screams too good to be true.
Free.
No, I don't, like I said, I don't know. Because remember his parents, they were like, you're getting married? What?
Yeah.
And that's always going to be in the back of my mind, like, what were you doing before this to make your parents, especially your mom,
that you would even want. Right.
right?
Agreed.
Because she was very like tight faced and like, right.
He
So
totally was.
yeah.
No,
I
I
also
agree with you.
yeah, I also want to see what his exes look like because his mom looked a little taken aback by her too, just a little bit.
I would say she's probably not his typical type. Probably not.
Probably not.
But
Like I said, I hope it works. I'm not
I
trying to
have
wish
high hopes
ill will on anybody, but
for sure.
something in his eyes I do not trust.
There's
I don't know
something
why.
amiss there.
There's something.
Something amiss. I agree.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
But yeah, that's
so
loving.
correct. So let us jump back to Claire and Cameron.
Okay.
Claire visits Cameron's home, and he
Mhm.
shares one of his particularly favorite dishes from Australia, which she thought was disgusting. I thought it was cute, but I don't know. Mhm.
I thought, wait, he said it was an Australian dish. I thought he was from New Zealand.
I'm sorry, New Zealand. My bad.
Okay.
New Zealand, Australia is close, guys. I'm
It
geographic
is very close. No,
challenged.
it's close. It is very close.
Oh,
Geographic.
you know, I've never professed to be geography is not my thing. Okay.
It's not mine either, but
New Zealand. Okay.
yeah.
I hear his accent and I always just automatically say he's Australian because he has that
He
Australian.
does. It's
But
like
New
that,
Zealand and Australia are like neighbors, so
but it is.
it
It's
is what
literally
it is.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever. She surely does not like it. Um, anyway, again, I agree with you. She continues to try to be a very good sport with him. She doesn't actually love his place, but there were some good things about it. She did not like his spiders. But she did. Okay. So they did talk a little bit about neutral space. And I want to talk about that. But I'll come.
Okay. Okay.
There wasn't a whole lot to unpack when she visited his place. He visited hers and he met her dog Lenny, which is the cutest Shih Tzu ever. Or she Shih Tzu mix. I don't know what it is.
I'm done. But he was a really cute dog.
He was extremely cute. But he was not having any of Cameron. Child, he was just about that pig ear. And I mean, if dog owners out there, big little in between, when you give a dog a pig ear, child, they ain't studying nothing you got to say. They want that pig ear. So that wasn't even a good assessment. Child, he probably liked him, but he was like, baby, I'm eating my pig ear.
Exactly.
Really?
Right. I get to you later. Right now, it's the pig ear is all I is.
The pig ear was what it was all about.
It's everything. It's everything to me right now, and y'all are nothing. Y'all are nothing to me.
I'm a dog mom. Pig ears
it's
are nothing to play with. Okay.
Oh no, absolutely same. And
No.
you know.
Okay. But so he seems concerned that Lenny and him and Abby gelling. She says, well, until we, figure this out, that Lenny may stay with her sister. No biggie.
Mhm.
So okay. The rest of it comes back to our concerns. So I will table it. Cause we are we are really trying to delve into the parts of it, but we have to get into um the fact that they all have issues. So we're gonna tie it up. We only have a few minutes on this podcast. But Emily and Brennan, Emily visits Brennan's place is freaking aesthetically amazing.
Of course, yes.
I mean, like his stuff is like, yo, I mean, it is impeccable. Of course, she's impressed, but can we talk about the awkwardness in the room?
Very. And I think that they were matched because their careers are kind of not similar. I looked up, he's into, like tech consultation. And
Right.
so it's like, if you have issues with your software, whatever,
Sure.
he's your guy. She is an account executive. Like she like, and that surprised me because, she when she first came on the scene, we thought, okay, she's this airhead party
Yeah.
girl. Da, 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 da. No, she's about her business. She's about her business and her. Yes, and that surprised me. It did, but yeah, I think they're matched because it seems like their careers kind of aligned. They're both like heavy in the corporate world, can they run things.
They run things and I think they can understand each other's hustle, right? Like,
Yeah,
so they can give each other that safe space when they come home because they both understand what it is with what they do. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I
Got it.
believe that's why they were matched.
I believe so too. Um, so we literally have about 8 minutes, and then we're going to do a part 2 of this, because we are going to finish this episode because it was too good to not, right?
Yes.
So, the takeaway from there, he does make it very clear they like time to himself. Okay.
Oh yeah, and I feel like a lot of tech people are like that.
First,
But
no shade.
no, no. I do feel like, well, he's all but admitted it that he's not really attracted to her, right? Not
That was when we
his.
were supposed to get into couples, the things that we're concerned about. So we're tabling that for each couple, and that's when we're coming back.
I thought we were okay. All
Okay,
right.
but no, we can start with them. So let's go with it. Let's go with it.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's do it
Let's
then
start with it.
because
Yeah, because Emily and Brennan actually get the visit from Pastor Cal. And okay, so all the experts, Pastor Cal's my guy. Okay. He's my guy.
mhm,
Not yours.
no,
Okay. What?
none of them are really. Because what they're there for is, I mean, they're there to help the couples out, but they're also there to keep them together. And they
On
know,
the TV show, right?
and they right, and they know when these couples are like, there's just nothing. If they
Mhm.
are quote unquote experts,
Yeah.
they know when they've done wrong. They should, but it's like they push, and he's one of the main ones, especially with mm, no, never mind. I'm not going to do it.
We
But
haven't got there
but
yet.
yeah, exactly. Pastor Cal is just not my favorite. No.
He is mine. And he kind of gives you that Uncle Phil, Black Dad, do better
Kind of.
vibe. I like it. I love it. I do.
Mhm.
Just me. But the issues that come up with Emily and Brennan is basically they seem to have had a good time on their honeymoon. Uh, But he makes the comment when they get back that spending every day together has him depleted, and so he wants to go to his own home.
Mhm.
And they come together with Emily with high hopes. This means that this is steps in the right direction. Pastor Cal shows up because each one of the couples will have an expert come visit them on this episode, just so you know. And
Mhm.
yes, and it seems to be she understands and feels his pullback, his, the change in, the energy since they've been back in the States. And Pastor Cal straight up asked him, "Are you attracted to her?" And he's like, "We're not going to do that."
Mhm.
So they skate over that in front of him. He gave them some advice, and he's trying to play the good guy.
Of course.
Um, And then after Pastor Cal leaves, she, because he simply could not answer the question, ask again.
Mhm.
Because he did say some wonderful things about her, that she was kind and fun.
Yeah.
And, there was a lot of, he gave her tons of compliments, but the physical aspect, she
Mhm.
wasn't there. So,
But in the scheme of things, is great, right? Like you
right.
was saying, like you want somebody to fall in love with your personality, your character, and all of that because looks do fade. However, when you're meeting somebody like you don't know them, you
Mhm.
want them to have some type of attraction to you, or else, like,
Listen,
we have to have, and honestly, yes, attraction can grow. However, in this situation, when you've got like a limited time,
to make a decision, yeah.
right, you want them to show some type of interest physically.
Agree.
So
Completely agree.
I
And,
understand where
and
she's coming
it's
from with that.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous that, and we've said this often, people go out to bars and hook up quicker. They get on Married to Medicine. I mean, Lord forgive me, not Married to Medicine. Married at First Sight.
Uh,
Y'all, I recap a lot of shows.
it's a lot of reality shows,
A lot of
and
reality
there's some
shows out there
that
in the streets. I'm on all of them. But today it's Married at First Sight. I
yeah,
digress. But they get on Married at First Sight and then their chastity belts come on. And listen, I'm not mad at it because you should take it seriously, particularly if this is a lifelong commitment. Don't rush
right,
into something because you don't ever want it just to be about the physical, but physical is
right,
important. And who does not want their partner to think that they're physically attractive?
right.
So,
Especially, and I feel like coming from somebody like Emily who hasn't really taken anybody seriously, and I'm not sure because, like, I don't know, I'm getting conflicting things about her age. Like, I'm not sure how old
I
she
got
really.
that she was 29, but I really thought she was younger.
Same, same, and it seemed
Yeah.
like that. What I don't know, but it just. Uh, I don't. I feel like she's not used to somebody not being into her
Agreed.
like that, and
She's a self-proclaimed party girl. When she goes out, she gets
she's got
attention.
attention. Yes, like this. She's the blonde, dark brows. That's a look. That is
It
a
is
look that
totally.
a lot of men go for. It ain't
Absolutely. I'm not mad
no,
at her.
right, and I'm not. And that's another thing that I've noticed with this show is that opposites can attract, absolutely. But if somebody is telling you this is who they normally go for, and then you give them the exact opposite, because they remind me, remember, because you said this last night, they remind me a lot of Luke and Kate
Yeah.
from season, I think, 7 it was.
Yes.
And it like it can work like absolutely, they say that who you want really, or who you're attracted, it's not who you're going to end up with.
Right.
9 times, I would say, like, maybe 8 times out of 10.
Sure.
Not, because that's what do they say? Like, your type is the reason why, you're is what's holding you up from finding what you truly
Absolutely.
need.
Because what you want is not always what you need.
No. So, and I understand. where they're coming from with that. However, like I said, in this short amount of time, you want somebody that you can, I mean, like you just,
Agreed.
if
And
the
so
attraction just is not there, then you can't force that within like what,
mm-mm,
like 6 weeks they have together or
that's
something
right.
like that.
And to give this some context to our listeners, this is literally day 9.